Hello, good afternoon and welcome to your Co-op Community Stadium here on non-league day for Leamington's 39th Vanarama National League North game of the season as South Shields visit Warwickshire for the very first time. Paul Hollerin's outfit are looking to bounce back after one of the toughest weeks they could have had handed to them in this league, with Scunthorpe United, Kidderminster Harriers and Chester all facing the Warwickshire side in 7 days. Brakes came out of those 3 games with 1 extra point against Kidderminster Harriers at home, but they did not disgrace themselves on the road against Scunthorpe and Chester with narrow 1-0 defeats in both games. That point, a George Ward header against Kidderminster Harriers did get Leamington up to the magical 50-point mark, the target for the clubs wishing to stop up in this division, as the two teams are about to get ready to take a picture in the middle of the screen to commemorate non-league day with a banner calling for the Football Association to put football first, a campaign for 3 promotions from the National League into the Football League. South Shields will be a tough test for Leamington today. The full-time outfit were promoted from the Northern Premier League 2 seasons ago. They finished just outside the playoffs last season and are set for a mid-table finish this season. Well, Berry just picked up Williams and he looked to release Owen Farmer, but the ball was just ahead of the former Wolves youngster. Matt Richards winning the ball in the centre of the park. The West Brom loanee looks to find Henry Landers on the right-hand side. Landers looks to take on his man, looked to clip the hand, and referee Said O'Sheen waves away. It did look to hit the hand. The hand was in an unnatural position, but I think the distance there has saved the South Shields defender there.
Yes, it was certainly around the midriff area, wasn't it? The hand was around it as well from the naked eye. But flag and wasn't raised, and the referee wasn't interested.
Well, here comes a Rob Evans long throw up towards the familiar heads of Ward and Williams. Ward looks to jump for the second ball. It's fallen out to Farmer and it's in towards Berridge. A good save, but the flag was up on Tim Berridge. And it looked as if Owen Farmer may have given Leamington the lead, but it's a good save by Seymour, and then Berridge just offside. It will be a throw-in then. Rob Evans in line with the penalty spot. He leans back over the advertising boardings here at your Community Stadium. Gets ready to launch this one in, up towards the heads. It's in towards George Ward, who heads well into the Lockman corner. Leamington leads South Shields 1-0. Rob Evans celebrates with the South Shields fans. We've played 20 minutes here at your Co-op Community Stadium. George Ward has scored again. It's Leamington 1, South Shields 0.
And it was a cracking header, wasn't it? He got up, he was unchallenged really though. From the South Shields point of view, they won't be happy, but George Ward was there, guided the ball past the goalkeeper Seymour to give the Brakes the lead.
Well, once again, it's George Ward heading home. It's been a familiar story this season. We were talking earlier about how crucial he's been to Leamington this season. What an addition, the lad from Barwell, and he's put Leamington ahead here against the Tyne and Wear opposition. As I stand up to get a better view of this free kick here, which will be taken by Henry Landers, we've got a pylon and a bench to contend with, but it's going to be Landers, right-footed. He sets himself up and referee blows his whistle. It's going to be Landers, right-footed into the box. It's straight into the hands of the keeper, Seymour. If a Leamington player got a touch on that one, that could have gone in. It'll be yet another Leamington corner here, which Henry Landers will head over to take. It's their 4th corner of the game. Landers, right-footed, low, in towards Ward. Bodies going around everywhere, and South Shields able to clear up towards Blackett. Blackett takes it off the feet of Meredith and will try and knock that one forwards, but there's no South Shield player up, and Josh Quainer will take a touch and launch it forwards. Up towards Landers. Landers, who's beaten the offside trap. Landers plays in towards Tim Berridge. Tim Berridge, through on goal, puts it into the top corner, off the post. Leamington have a second here against South Shields. It's a devastating attack once again, and Tim Berridge has finished it off. Home is where the heart is here in Warwickshire. It's Leamington 2, South Shields 0.
And it's a great counter-attack, wasn't it? It's everything we were saying, Max. I mean, Blackett played it forward to no one in particular. Quainer did well kicked it forward, got past everyone really, up to Landers on the far side. He played it into Berridge, who calmly, cracking finish, slotted it past Seymour. 2-0 to the breaks.
Well, we've played 41 minutes here at your Co-op Community Stadium, and Leamington make it 2. It's Tim Berridge. It's so good to see him scoring, especially after the departure of Callie Stewart. They're just dragging themselves away from the relegation zone, our Oxford City. I thought for a minute they could be in trouble, but it looks like there's just a bit of a gap now between them and Needham Market as to who goes back down into the regional divisions. South Shields looking to play it up towards Blackett. It's a good effort and a good save from Callum Hawkins, and South Shields will have themselves a corner. I wasn't sure if it was a save or if it hit the post there.
Well, it seemed to, the shot seemed to come in. Callum Hawkins got down in goal and pushed it out. Came back down to a South Shields player we couldn't see through the amount of bodies that were there, but it clearly just took a little bit of a nip as it looked to have gone over, and South Shields have a corner, which I think is their first of the game. We've got to be so proud of every single player who's worn a Leamington shirt this season. The team spirit's unbelievable. What they've been able to achieve is equally amazing, and yeah, cracking season no matter what happens from here.
Well, Landers ready to take this throw in. Rob Evans joins the penalty area late. Landers right-footed up towards the back stick. It's in towards Ward, who heads back across goal in towards Evans. It's a good header off the line, and Landers looks to capitalise. Headed away once again by South Shields. Landers plays it back in, and it's back to the hands of Seymour. But that was a good header from Rob Evans, and well defended from today's opponents.
Well, it looked destined to be a third, didn't it? I mean, George Ward did brilliantly on the far stick. He stood it up really. He knew he couldn't really get a head away on goal. Had just headed it back into the danger zone. There was Rob Evans, looking like he'd certainly scored from his own header.
Oh, Williams winning the ball back from South Shields' goal kick, and he frees Owen Farmer. Owen Farmer on the left-hand side. The keeper's out. Farmer looks to put it in. It's just wide of the post. Leamington are dominant.
They are. They've really picked it up now in terms of they know South Shields are certainly vulnerable, and South Shields are looking crestfallen really from their opening spell where they were trying to squeeze the game. Leamington ending the first half dominantly. Owen Farmer just a little bit too acute an angle there to try and get a shot away. He did so, got past the defence, but couldn't quite squeeze it in once it'd been pushed wide.
South Shields looking up towards Blackett quickly. It's a good interception by Ward, but they're going to still find Blackett, and he heads. It's a good tip from Callum Hawkins. South Shields looking to mount a couple of attacks at the start of this second half, but Callum Hawkins equal to Blackett's header. Carson in the midfield. South Shields looking forwards, and Stevenson twisting and turning back to go towards Smith. Smith finding Stevenson again. Stevenson playing some nice stuff with South Shields, and he's released himself into the box here. And it's an air kick by Jenkins, and that sums up South Shields' afternoon so far. He was free on goal. Callum Hawkins almost gives a little smirk to that one there, because if he got that one on target, it was likely in. Leamington 2, South Shields 0. Josh Quainer looks to launch a free kick up towards Williams. Williams who heads on towards Ward. Ward inside the box. It's a good save by Seymour. It's fallen out to Williams. It's another good save from Seymour, and he recovers it at the third attempt. Kyle Seymour's having a up and down game so far, and he's played the ball out towards the South Shields attacker Stevenson, who tries to launch it past Callum Hawkins, tried to just nip it past the Leamington goalkeeper, but Hawkins was comfortable to that one. As we were saying, Stevenson, a couple of good saves there to almost make count for his earlier plentiful errors. Meredith, long ball up towards the head of Ward, but he jumps just before the ball reaches him. Walker plays it up towards Berridge, and Leamington will come back with the ball. Farmer playing his captain through, but South Shields able to clear. Dan Meredith just coming out the worst side of a 50-50 there, and South Shields will break with McGowan. McGowan, he's looked lively since he came on. Looks to find the man on the right side. It's a good ball into the box, headed away by Richards, out towards McGowan with a volley, and it's a fantastic Callum Hawkins save. the substitute McGowan. I'm questioning why he didn't come on from the start, because he's been fantastic since he came on. And that's a stinging volley into the hands and tucked over by Callum Hawkins. The referee looks at his whistle and Saeed Hussein blows the whistle. It's an emphatic, comfortable 3 points for Leamington. They've blown away South Shields. They've silenced one of the league's top strikers in Paul Blackett. And it's a massive 3 points for Leamington. They're now 1 point off their record points tally in the league. Well, the Leamington players head over towards their fans in the car park stand. Applaud them, the fans applaud the players applaud the fans. It's been a comprehensive win here at your Co-op Community Stadium for Leamington. And they're back here again next Saturday as they take on Kings Lynn Town in another National League North game, with safety look to be secured. It's full time here at your Co-op Community Stadium. Leamington 2, South Shields 0.
Paul, a very good 3 points there against the team that's next to us in the league. Your thoughts on today's match?
Yeah, thought, people going about, last week, the schedule we've had of the last 5 weeks. Last week, you got Scunny, Kiddie and Chester, but today and next Saturday, both full-time football clubs as well, good clubs as well. And, we had a tough afternoon up there early on this season. But I thought first half today, I was looking for the players. I just felt regardless, coming out the wrong side of a penalty at Scunny and a set play, a bit of sloppiness in our game, I felt, even though we've done okay and it's been a tough schedule. This week's obviously helped, just give people a breather. But I thought first half performance was everything you wanted it to be. Really on the front foot, getting the ball forward quickly, these have got an identity of what they do. But obviously, like every structure's got flaws in it, we've got flaws in ours. And we try to really go after them areas in either side of centre half, the spaces left behind, the third man running, try to exploit that. Our set plays were on a button today. So first half was as good as it's been for weeks. Thought we were, compared to Chester last week, we were a lot quicker, getting the ball forward, getting good in, more crosses in the box, more people in the box. It was excellent. Second half, got what I thought we'd get. They've really come out and it was a good game. It's probably a bit too open from our point of view. It's important when you're in that position we were in against a good side that you don't give them. There's nothing worse. The first 10, 15 minutes of the game, you've got to give them no hope. They've got to be there realising that we are. I've been there as a manager in this league when you're hoping for a way back in the game, and good sides don't give you a way back in the game, and we had to do that. We've had to rely on a couple of good sides from Callum. But we probably still look to threat the other end as well. We've had 2 or 3 good opportunities. So the game is probably a little bit open. We vacated the middle of the park probably a couple of times when we didn't need to, which is what they want to do. They want to play through the middle into the off Blackett and play off him, and that runners off. They're good when they do that. Obviously, pitch made it a bit difficult for both sides, to be fair. So a bit more level second half, but on the whole, with the schedule we've had recently against a really big football club, I think it was quite comprehensive overall. Like I said, the first half was back to our very best, which was great to see again.
We saw Tim Berridge and Josh Quainer come off. Tim especially looked like he said he'd pulled something. What's the latest on them two?
I think it's more tightness, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, it's... it was a really warm day today, it was, struggling with the air, so it was tough. It was a tough day and put a lot of effort in today. Listen, a lot of these players played a lot of games. They do a lot of running, do all the, or I'll choose my words, they do all the stuff that you need to do as a footballer. It's great when Tim's, great move, great goal for Tim, but that's a moment. The other moments in the game are a lot of hard work, a lot of hard running, a lot of closing down, a lot of running channels, a lot of trying to get hold of the ball. Just tiredness really. He's played a lot of football in a short space of time. And just bits of that. Yeah, so hopefully, listen, I think with the schedule, we haven't done too bad with injuries. We 1 or 2 little ones here and there. So hopefully they're nothing much. They'll have to be assessed tomorrow. Tom, will have a look at them tomorrow. But just after last week, which we put so much in last week and they got 1 point out of it. I'm probably being a bit harsh that sloppy on the penalty maybe. It was generous and the set play. But today I thought we were, really good today. It was really pleasing today. That was. I just thought at times the front three first half. Henry, Tim and Owen really linked up well. Backed up with Ewan. Matty Richards has come in and done well there with Walks. Walks was strong today. Back forward, George Ward was very good today. That was a real good all-round performance. And then when we needed Callum, he was excellent as well. So it was a real performance when you're looking around the pitch and you're looking at a lot of 7 out of 10s today. And when you hit them sort of scores marks, then you generally can do all right in football. And like you say, and make no mistake, they've got a lot of good players. And their season's been a bit up and down a little bit, but when they're good, they're good. But we probably didn't allow them to for most of the game today. That was credit to us, sort of smothered them a little bit. And no, so it was a really good day's work. And again, I think it's important as a group now. I've tried to emphasise this week is that there's a few. You can smell it round the ground that people are quite happy that we got to 50 points. Then as a group, we've got to. We've got to go after the next target, which is 60 points, and to do that, we've got to drive each other on, and pushing to try and keep picking up points, keeping up results to make sure the season finishes on a high. And we just want to go after more sort of scalps and more points and finish as high as we can, and that's important for everybody at the football club.
Talking about 60 points there, the next game we have here is Kings Lynn. It's not always an easy game against them. What can we expect going into that game?
No, yeah, exactly. Well, it's a tough week for again this week because we go to Alfreton on Tuesday, and then we got as we played Kings Lynn, they've had a great result today. I think they're a good side, aren't they? Pushing for promotion. Massive football club, good manager, some good players. So another tough one. They're all tough, aren't they? They're all. It doesn't matter, when you look at who've beat us. Since after Christmas now, Russell have beat us, Marine have beat us. They play all the way down in this league, and you have to be aware of what the opposition are about, but you've got to look after yourselves. First of all, you've got to look after your own performances. Then you've got to look after them in little combinations, then collectively. And if you do that, which I think we've done well this year, then you tend to pick up some points. So it'll be another really, really tough game for a team that's got a chance of getting out of the league. So, but look forward to it. We look forward to it. And they need to try and manage. Got to try and get through Tuesday, manage that one. Because after that, we're just Saturday, which will really help us. We've historically always been better Saturday. So just try and manage this week. But the pleasing thing is, Matty Richards has come in today and done well. Will Shorrock come on and had a good spell. Ant's come on and done a bit. So Joe Clark. So there's enough there just to move. Jaya, obviously, has come on there as well. So we've got a little bit of movement in the squad, and the boys that have been coming on have been doing all right for us. So that's really pleasing.